delta 1.56 SMF MMTs. Here we are live in action, and unfortunately I'm going to have to change these presets because I'm not able to get enough of the bottom info panel in the video here. But here we are, we're sliding that 369 on that opening bell, and that's what was happening all last week on all the names. What we're going to be looking for is when they snap in with that buy action bar. So here's that close, and here's that gap. So the low was 594.86, and we're coming back down toward them lows, and we're going to see here we are 1.56, 25 teenies on the gap equaled $5.79 movement, and they came in and they walked down that gap. They're walking down the gap. They're going to pull the options back. As they pull them back during the options expiration, MMTs, what we're going to be happy to do is get an entry. 369 all the way downtown on that opening gap. They slid half of that bar at 597.14. We continue. Watch right here on the intraday trend ratio, 0.61. 0.61, 0.55. Take a look at a 1.56. That's a delta pullback, folks. A delta is today, the delta price happens to be $3.70. And basically I've got buyers stepping in right now, and we're going to take a look at how to get in there on a little bit of these contracts. That now that they've slid the gap, here, let me put your chart back up for you.
Mario, I got into Lulu Long and it's not letting me get out now.
Okay.
A big problem there.
Here we are, $2.25. Good. MMTs, we're going to see, here's half of the bar, 595.59. And so we had slide that bid. So there's that gap, and the low was 594.09. And it's 594.70 by 594.87, and that's just part of that volatility that we have here, that we have working. Now, what I am going to take a look at is where some of the premiums are as far as the put contracts. The 580 put got down to 95 cents, and it's printing $1.20 by $1.30, so people know that part of it. So basically, we're going to see if we can hit this price here. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this part. That's all I'm going to take. And you can see here, slide that bid right here, 597.14. You can see the amount of money. You're talking about $2.92 closing below half of that last bar right here. That's a very big negative ratio, minus 2.92. Now, when we do set up this lower end of this price, it's all going to be about this price action bar here now. And that's going to be 595. That's this last bar. So right now we're making lower lows. We're making lower lows all day long to 594.09. And you can see the bid and ask spread is 26 cents between the market. This is the market print. 63 by 70 here. We need this 0.67 to go our way. If it contracts, well, then we're going to come down in price. The IR needs to go north of 15 and show some strength. So we got a 3, a 6, a 9, a 12, and a 15-minute move on that opening bell. The NASDAQ comp has just now gone into negative territory. So you got to be aware that sliding that bid is what we're seeing, because that's what we're seeing. And I'm going to show you again that when we put in that, and you can see here, now we're starting to firm up. So we're starting to firm up, but the opening bell is weak. So here's that bar right here. It's 595.59. If I don't close above that, here's your 369. So here it is. That's the opening gap. There's slide half the bar right there. There's the 3 and a 6 with a shallow up bar. So these bars, when we're moving up here, they got to be strong, just like this down bar. So basically, we're going to see right here, it's 555. Here it is, 594. It's 595. That's a bid and ask. Look at that trend ratio right here. Look at it. 0.77 is holding 0. So they took it down a whole delta. They shook it out, and a whole delta was $3.70, one full delta. So they went up a delta and a half in the price action, and then they went up a delta and a half, 1.5. That equaled $5.79 movement. So basically, if you're buying down here, you got in and you're making money, and it works perfectly. This is a market maker platform, and what it does is that, and I told everyone you got to get above 550, 595, 59, and you're coming to it right now. See, but you're not closing above that. You have to close above that on that 3-6 reversal, on that 3-6, 9, 12, 15. And he slid that bid right there, and that dropped below 25. Look at that bid and ask ratio. If it starts dropping below 70, well, then you're going to go down in price. However, if it starts traveling up above 80, you're going to break out, and that's where the ratios are. Slide that bid right into half of the bar, and he drops it $1 back down to the lows. That's what he did. Take a look, MMTs. The high price action in this bar was $594.96 is half of this price action. And you can see right here that everything that your alerts give you, you got 3 alerts in that one bar in your info panel here. And when that ratio dropped, that's the bid and ask ratio here, when it was just up there at 70 and it drops down to 55, that's why I said you come down and you can't break higher. So we haven't put in a real bottom yet. And we're about to make another low at 594.09. We're thromboning on zero. Weakness has come in. The NASDAQ comp is struggling in negative territory on this pre-market gap opening price. We do have other similar ones going on. Once again, it's about that sell gap. Here's the Apple chart. Let's blow it up for you. Let's make sure you can see the Apple. And they're just now sliding that bid live. So I'm going to have my senior traders. I'm sliding half of that bar right now. And we've seen what happened to Google here. We already know what Google did, see? So now we're going to see if Apple follows. And we're going to see if they walk that gap price down right here, right now. Let me go in the brain and let's populate what it is. Bam, let's hit that button. Okay, there's our prices. Let's blow this up. So let's just take this part. There it is. So we can see how that top is getting put in. We can see that the pullback from that opening price diminishes in price. So we're looking for diminishing pullbacks after this nice gap, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 to the high to slide that bid on a 3-6 price action. Key is let's pull up the hood here and let's get involved with the numbers here. And here's all your text alerts. You can tell it's a 1 3/4 delta. Okay, it's overbought right now. We're at a 3-6 high. There's the gap. So here, MMTs, it's all about that price action right here. So we can see that clearly, just so you can see how it's growing or how it's going to pull back is going to be. Watch for below 1 3/4 delta. It tells you right here in the brain. Okay, so start looking at, and the intraday range is below 75, and it gave you alert at below 75. So if we stay below 75, well, that's gonna, and we hit a high of 1.84 ratio here. So it's important that you understand that's the high. 29.319 is equals $4.50 move in the platform. And right now we're struggling with the buyers and the sellers, and we're back above 75. It's a major tug of war right here, right now. MMTs, here's that Google trade. Here's that 559.59, and we're slightly right there. That's this big down 3-minute price action bar.
Confirmation on Google's 23.
SMF MMTs live. We're going to be looking at the 580 call. Expires 12/18. That's this week. Today is Monday. There's that price gap. There's the close. Almost, well, $5.80 gap ratio pulling back. $4.09 of that pullback on the ratio. Here's the Google 3-minute chart. We've got a clear picture of it. We're going to bid these below the market. There are $2 premium to that opening bell, And what we're going to do until things change around is we're going to bid this contract right here at 14.70. The high was $19. We're going to hit buy. We're going to put this out on CBO. There it is for now. Buy 5. Buy 5. Just to start scaling in. That way we got a bid below the market at 14.70. Close at 14.80. $19 the high. We'll do that until we can see how it plays. So hit OK. That's the live limit order. The high was 19. They're holding. They got a bid of 16.80 by 17. $2 off the high. But you got a premium. Look, the low is 15.6. So if you take 14.8 and 15.6, that's your spread that they came to. The high down here is a 4.6 spread down. And as you see here, they're dropping those bids. And the reason why they're dropping those bids on those particular calls is I can show you why. And it's because right here, MMTs, let me pull this up in the video now. See half of this bar, 596.05, they're sliding the bid. So your ascending price action, you know, you're back below this bar. This is at 595.59, half action bar to the penny. We came up, he slides the bid here. So 596.10, he slides the bid. 596.05 here. Look at it now. We are right back here. The full price is 590, and we're sliding that bid. So as this is going on
Apple,
we got our orders out here below the marketplace, $19 being the retail high, and the SMF is 15.60. There's the price. We got ours out. Let's see if we stabilize at half bar here. That's 594.96. And if we can stay above that, this is where this breakout occurred, and we got it nonetheless. When we get down in here, MMTs, here's your bar right there. Half of that bar. Okay, here's your previous bar is 594.4. This one right here, this is the key though, 596.05. Until we get back above 596.05, we're very weak in the price action. It's just the way that is, and it's all right here. And let's get this all in the video, so you got everything in the video here. So until we get made, we got to keep our market limit orders below the market here. And we're looking for the market maker wholesale entry price using our equity brain and where we start to make a market. If I stay below that 596.05, I don't like that. That 595.59 is this bar right here. When I get over there, if it'll populate, here we go. That's there. Half bar is 595.67 on the alert in there. And let's take a look. There we are. We got them all. And let's take a look at the bid and ask. We're above 35. The ratio is holding at 0.85. So that's going in our direction to provide that price stability. So at any time, we can be buyers. We're not retail buyers on it. Nonetheless, we can move in at any time whenever these price actions and they diminish and we start to tick up. We can start putting bids in here. But first, we got to see a little bit more conviction. It's got to go above 45 here. This bid and ask ratio has got to keep ascending. It can't drop in value. It's below 0.85. We want, here's the last print, 90. So this has got to stay strong in order for this price to hold. And we can bid in at any time. Well, I'm going to work that bid and ask. I'm going to work that bid and ask. I'm at 320. They're by 330. 310s follow. 320, 320. At any time, I can hook him at 330. That's still a wholesale bid because it's an illiquid option for now, but it's fairly deflated according to Scotty. And as soon as I get the deflated number, 260 was the all-time low. We're buyers between 1.5 and when I hit that cancel all button, no, 320s are following me.
The low was 285. The high was $6.03.
Guess what? Here we go. We're going to try to work that bid. 310. Here we go. Let's pop Let's pop it. Let's see if we can get that bid. Let's see if we can get that bid. Let's see if they'll throw off 10 cents. Da da da. Nope, 310s. 310s. Guess what? Here, he doesn't want to do it. It's illiquid. I ain't got all day. But I'll tell you what I will do is I'll have some fun there. Bam. Bam. My next entry price on 10 is $1.60. 1.60. That's 618, $800 call. Say my name is Wig Wham. And thank you, ma'am, at $1.60 bid below the market on another 10 handle. Oh, thy. Bam. So I'm done with that contract. Record that 3.30 at a deflated price in the contract. I'm told the lows were, the all-time low was 260. They don't move much. They go a long ways. But I tell you what, when you watch that Google skyrocket in those earnings come January, it'll all come clear to you at a later date. Here we got that 580 call. The high was 32.
Just bought 50 at 285 of the 670 up and out of the money January.
January. Who bought 50 of the 670s? We got a January 670. Somebody just moved in on some heavy volume action, I'm told. The last print was 50 contracts. Look at here. They're not moving this one. Look at the premium theft they're taking. See, you got a $4 move, but it's way up and out of the money. You should have a little bit more premium than that. So we're going to stay away from this one. Set alarms at $2.20, and we'll start looking at buying there. And as far as our Google calls here, there's that 580 put. They brought it all the way down to 80 cents from 20-some dollars. The current one up and out of the money $600 call is printing at 2010 by 2040. There's not much of a premium spread here, $1.60 for that, because that's what the high was when that was at 598. When this price was at 598, you peaked higher there. So they're taking premium out of some of these. Let's get back to the one that we're trying to explosively get into, and that's below the market here. Google is fairly strong. So basically, I'm going to cap on the opening bell on buying Google options during the Google expiration. And the Apple trade is that we shorted these highs. We are net long. There's the buy action bar. Senior MMTs take a long position here. They understand that 323.96 has got a hold in the platform, and we're 91 by 93 pennies, so we're slightly a little bit below half bar there on Apple. So we're going to look at how to get these options expiration.